Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. So, today we had the release of the new event for 2.1. We got the Hyakunin Ikki event. If we go up into the event menu, we've got this bad boy. And if you've logged in, you've gotten the quest to do it. You just have to talk to one NPC going by the name of Kayabuki Kazuyoshi. You just have to talk to this guy in Inazuma City, and then he'll take you here to the event door. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys all the rewards that you can get from this, what you exactly have to do to achieve these rewards. I'll be going over the challenges and the general concept of the actual whole event, and then I'll be showing you the guide to the first event, giving you a rundown of how you can easily achieve the highest difficulty with as high of a score multiplier as I can provide. So with all that being said and clarified, let's just jump into the Hyakunin Ikki event. So I thought we'd just get the rewards out of the way really quickly. When you go into the event screen, you're told here that you need to reach a score of 12,000 to obtain the unique looking name card here, which is an Oni mask split in two right here. Looks quite cool if you're into the whole like pyro and kind of Japanese mythology vibe. You have a little bit of an Oni mask. Looks quite cool. This is also limited time, so get it whilst you can. You need a total of 12,000 score. Jumping into the actual rewards that you can get from the challenges, they're all pretty much identical and nothing changes. So from all of these, you can get a total of, you have 70 Primo Gems for the first one here, as well as one of the talent materials for Inazuma. Have Hero's Wit and Mora, and then for the final one, you have 6 Mystic Ore enhancements, and that is 70 Primos per challenge. And there's how many challenges is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 times 7. I have no idea what that is. I think it's 42, so that's 420 Primo Gems, I think. Don't quote me. Around the 400 plus Primo Gem mark. So it's pretty decent in terms of Primo Gems. Okay, so voice of event here, just to provide you guys a bit more detail, seeing as the thing that I actually recorded wasn't actually that well described. So you have this main menu when you enter the door, you have the enemies that you're fighting in the challenge, and then at the bottom right you have the score multiplier per difficulty, normal 1x, hard 2x, and extreme 4x, as well as you have the challenge rewards you can check per challenge. Once you decide which challenge you're going to do and which difficulty you're going to do it on, you're going to then jump into the character team composition selection screen, whatever you want to call it. And this screen, you're going to be presented with a lot of characters, and on the left, the teams that you have to create. So you need to create 6 teams of 2 characters, and you need to give each team 2 configuration skills. Now, you only are provided 6 trial characters, so you need to provide 6 of your own characters, but if you're confident enough, you can just use the trial characters and have 1 trial character per team. That is really up to you and how comfortable you are using these characters. With these, the main thing to keep into consideration is that you want to put characters that work well with each other onto teams, as well as any configuration skills that work with the character on that team onto that team as well. So if you put Zhao on one team, you would most likely want to put the plunging attack configuration skill on him as well. But now in the next clip, I'm just going to show you guys the team composition that I used, and is moderately universal, not too many kind of extreme characters on there. So jumping into what I've put in as my composition and team setup for the run that I'm going to be doing, and this is going to be very odd to describe because people have different characters that they're using, people have different like high level characters, people might have just different characters in general, so I'm going to go in this assuming that people understand that, and that our compositions might be different in terms of how I'm constructing it and what we have available to ourselves, right? So I'm just going to go through the characters first, and then I'm going to go over what their abilities are if people just want to take these as ideas and how you can actually try to construct it. So in Team 1, I have Zhao as the main DPS, and Razor is there just as a backup because I had nothing else to put in. And as their configuration skills, I've put in the first one, which is a sword, and that is attack speed when they go into the party, and what else is it? Interruption, normal attack restores 10 HP, just so Zhao can, survive. And as the second one, I've also put in greatly increases jumping ability and increases plunging attack by 100% after you join the field or after you get onto the field for 25 seconds. So this whole thing is catered to Zhao. Going on to the second team, we have Ganyu and Barbara. Ganyu is a very kind of fragile DPS, so I have Barbara there just to heal a bit. And also Ganyu is a part of the trial, so you can also do that. As for configuration for Ganyu, I've chosen the healing drop here. And now this is actually very cool. Lightning will strike a maximum of 5 opponents each time a character restores HP, dealing electro damage. quite cool, you know, extra damage on the field. And then all active characters will lose 1% per second. Lightning can be released once every 2 seconds, so quite handy. And, you know, Ganyu will be getting healed a lot. And then I also put in one of the yellow ones here, which is just cryo damage bonus to boost Ganyu's damage. Onto team 3, you have Ningguang and Fischl. This is just a random team. I don't, you know, they're just the trial characters, so they're just going to be good enough. And on them, I just put electro damage and geo damage just to buff their own damage. I don't really know how to use these characters, to be honest, so you know, do what you will with this team. Second team is Ayaka Zhongli. I'm comfortable using Ayaka, and I just thought I'd chuck Zhongli on there just because I'm comfortable with him. Their configuration is this little ability here, Celebrations Beyond Count, reduces the cooldown, and their elemental burst damage is increased by 150%. So quite handy for Ayaka's elemental skill and Zhongli's elemental burst. The other one I put on was also this Radical Dispersal. Characters being protected by a shield will unleash a shockwave. Zhongli provides a shield, very handy. Going on to team 5, this is a Pyro team of Yanfei Bennett. Yanfei's there for the damage, Bennett's there for a bit of damage boost and healing. The configuration skills that I've put on this one are the little restitution, if I'm saying that correctly. Party members gain elemental particles that restore 24 energy upon hitting opponents with their elemental skill. So, you know, a bit of energy recharge. And I also put pyro damage on here because it's 2 pyro characters. And for my final team, I put on Tartaglia from the trial characters, as well as Sayu from my own team. And the configuration skills that I've put on here are the We're on Fire. So after 25 seconds after the party takes the field, further accumulation rate is greatly increased. So that is the kind of combo meter of the whole challenge. And I also put on Hydro damage because Tartaglia is the main DPS of this run. Not everyone, I will clarify this again, not everyone has all the characters that I'm suggesting or using here, but this is giving you like kind of like a little example or, you know, clarification on what you can do. Just mix characters together and try to give them configuration skills that kind of buff their general playstyle. The biggest example being here, with Xiao being my main DPS on team 1, and I also gave him the configuration skill that buffs plunging damage. And so with that all being said and done, let's just jump into the challenge and I'll give you guys a feel of what you'll be doing and what you'll try to be achieving throughout this whole thing. So when you first jump in, you got physical damage dealt increased by 30%. And this is my first time jumping in here, so bear with me, and I'm just going to try to explain things cohesively so you guys know exactly what you're going to be doing. And so you can obviously take your time starting the trial. So we're just going to start it up here. And the whole gist of it is you want to kill things as fast as possible. And so you can see there on the right hand side of the screen, it says press T to switch teams. And that is the general concept of this. Now if you look at the top of the screen, you'll be seeing that fervor meter. And if you look right underneath it, you'll see that little green arrow. When that depletes, that's the time that you want to actually switch teams because you're losing effectiveness. So I'm just going to switch over to my Ganyu team here. Now, I don't really know how to play Ganyu, so bear with me, this is going to be horrendous. We're just going to, you know, do this. I'm not really sure how to play this character. But always keep track of that arrow on the top of the screen, the green arrow. That's when you want to switch teams, so you keep maximum effectiveness. Now again, I don't know how to use these characters, but we're just going to try to do something. These characters are very odd to me. I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but keeping an eye on that little arrow at the top. I might have to change this team up a bit. This one is not doing too well. Yeah, but it's alright. Now we want to switch teams again. We've got Ayaka here, Zhongli. This is a good team. I know what I'm doing here. And this is also a time-based event, so obviously you see that time underneath the little fervor bar. And obviously this is just the general concept of the whole event. You go here, you switch teams when the arrow changes. Now where are the enemies? Over here. Pop that, that, that. 24Ks, it's all good. The only thing you don't want to do is just have the red arrow appear. You want to keep it as a green arrow as much as possible. That means that you're only going up in fervor. When it's the red arrow, that means it will go down. So we're just going to switch here prematurely. Going to chuck in the Sayu ultimate, and then we're going to switch to Tartaglia here. Try to blitz these enemies as fast as possible. Yeah, that was alright. Okay, that was kind of annoying. We'll switch to Zhao here because I can see that he has more damage than Tartaglia and I know how to use him a bit better. This guy has a lot of HP, to be honest with you, but you know, through trial and error you get him down. And this is the whole concept of the run. I know I'm doing a bit of a voiceover, and for the future ones I won't be doing this. I'm just going to go under the assumption that you guys have kind of understood the general concept of the kind of event. But for now, for this one, we'll just do a bit of a voiceover. Okay, this is get a switch here. Trying to get this guy down before the timer ends. Hopefully some enemies with Zhongli's little meatball. And nothing dead. Oh, it's all good. And there you go. 2600 score right there with really just like a very basic knowledge of what I'm doing. Now, if we go out and exit this, go see our rewards that we can claim. It did say gold, so that is all 3 rewards that we can claim. Going up here into the challenge rewards, there you have it. You just need a 2000 score and we were able to achieve all 3 very easily. Now, this has been a very weird guide video. Not really a guide, but more of an informative video on how to do this event. The future ones, I will just be recommending a build, character composition, which configuration skills to use. And then I'll be jumping into a time lapse of the whole event, giving you a bit of a voiceover of what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, and what I'm gonna go about, you know, explaining all the different aspects of the event as well. But hopefully you guys did understand and kind of, you know, get what I'm trying to do with this little video. Hopefully I did explain the Hyakunin Ikki event well enough. And there you have it, guys. That is the Hyakunin Ikki event. Again, do apologize if the explaining is a bit kind of sketchy. Obviously this is my first time doing the event and I kind of wanted to go in with the mentality of this is my first time and this is what you'll probably experience if you're jumping in for your first time. It might be a bit all confusing. And hopefully I did get across the that vibe, but I also wanted to try to explain things as best as I could. But anyway, if you did enjoy the video and if this was helpful, hit that like button. And if you also enjoy this guide type of content from me, then obviously hit that subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching. Have an amazing day and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.